that's a tough one.
Testing.
Oh, that's a really good answer. Can I steal her answer? Okay, ask me again.
Sure.
Can you delete this? I think Alicia has the best serve because she's really improved it, and like her power serve, especially with her left hand down the left wall, it just has such good spin on it that it really sticks to the wall, so that's a tough one.
I would say when she's playing a lot of four-wall, Danielle, because it can be very deceiving left to right with those one-wall skills.
Danielle, both left and right, great serves.
Alicia, she's got a really low serve and it always goes solo, that's very hard to return.
The most power, that's a tough one. Back home, I'd probably say like Martina. Here, Alicia, Fiona, Amy too is very powerful. I can't just pick one.
Amy?
Danielle, I would say.
Most power, Martina, by far. She hasn't been around lately, but she's definitely the strongest power hitter.
Ashley, I just played her in the Women's Classic, and some of the shots that I had down, she was picking them up great, and so I know even as her friend, she's done a lot of training recently, and I think her game has gotten a lot better with her speed.
Most speed? I think everybody's pretty quick. I know I've played Alicia a lot this year, and we both seem to get to everything in their battles, so.
The most speed. I think Fiona has such great like anticipation and footwork that makes her very speedy around the court.
Katrina. Yeah, she's always at the ball, you'd never know where you're going to see her. Probably Alicia, because she's only coming over. Like, this is her first year really to come over to the whole three of them, so yeah, probably Alicia.
I would say Alicia, and that's probably just because she's started to come to the pro tournaments more, and I got to play her at the Memorial, and she just was a really solid player. I also watched her play Katrina, and she gave her a really tough game, so Alicia.
I think Michaela, she's kind of been on the verge of a few big wins, and she beat Danielle last weekend, or 2 weeks ago with the Classic, so I think that was a good win for her.
I think the breakthrough player of the year is probably Alicia. I feel like it's the first time that she's competed in all the stops. I know she played maybe a few years back, but now she's really like coming into her own, and I think she's made a really big impression on the tour.
Clodagh Monroe, because she's over here for college and she's been coming to them, so yeah, Clodagh.
The rookie of the year, maybe Clodagh Monroe, actually, another Irish player. So she's in university over here in the US, and I know that she made the finals in New Orleans, which is a really big deal because she's so young. So I think she's up and coming.
The rookie of the year, I would say Alicia. It's the first year she's played on tour, and she's made a name for herself already.
Maybe Belisa. I know Belisa hasn't come to a lot of pro stops, but in Tucson, she's been trying to work a lot on her game. She wants to play me like weekly as well, so I can see her coming up as well.
I think everybody was pretty surprised to see Paul Brady entering this weekend, and like there's a great buzz and great excitement around it, so I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
Probably seeing Brady back playing again, I guess, yeah, so that's probably the big surprise.
Biggest surprise of the year, I would say maybe I had just recently played Danielle, and I was down 6-0 in a tiebreaker, and surprisingly came back and won it 11-9, and so that was a big shocker, probably one of my best four-wall games that I've ever played as well.
The biggest surprise of the year? For me, the biggest surprise is Scarlett does so well at all these tournaments while I'm working. I haven't won to kill her yet, so that's good.
Split between this one, so Salt Lake, and Tucson, because they're all so nice everywhere and they always do so much to us.
Tucson, of course. At the pro stop in Tucson, we always bring up and memorize our guys that have passed for the year. So it's very heartfelt, and it's also just a great club and my home, of course.
Salt Lake for sure. This one's always the most exciting one of the year, just because it's the final pro stop of the year. You usually see a lot of great players here, and you kind of just get to put all of your work that you've done throughout the year and put it all in this tournament.
That's a tough one. We're in Salt Lake right now, and I just feel like there's always such a welcoming environment here, and I love going to the memorial in Tucson as well. So it's just great to see all of the handball family together.
Well, I'd say the overall player would be Katrina, just because she's such a solid all-around player. She wins a lot of these women's pro stops, has great tournaments over in Ireland as well.
I guess it's Katrina again. I suppose it has to be her. She's so good, so yeah, Katrina.
Well, nobody's beat Katrina, so you got to go with her.
Ooh, the overall player of the year. I don't know, I feel like that remains to be seen because it's all been building up to this tournament, so we'll see who performs this weekend.